Alright guys, welcome everybody. Not recording? Yeah. Alright, so super quick, I just want to get into the next unit for you guys today. And I tuned up all the glazes, so as soon as I'm done with that, this demo, we can glaze your work. And I cleared the boards over there, so anything you want bisqued or gets glazed and wadded and ready to go, you can set over right over there afterwards. And I have some special clay, like clay right out of the bag from the manufacturer, that if you want to use for handles, you're welcome to use that, because the stuff that I plug for you guys is like recycled, and it's not aged, and it's not always as malleable as we might like. It's a little bit short, I call it, in pottery. So if you're doing handles specifically today, ask me for aged clay or fresh clay out of the bag. All right, so we're doing jugs as our next unit, and it basically builds upon just the skills you guys have been building. Like the sequence of our units throughout the semester are intended to build upon the skills that you're introduced to and develop those skills, right? So with the cylinder to the vase, you began shaping. With the mug, you shaped in a different way and also added the element of a handle. In this case, we're kind of combining a vase and a mug here in some senses by doing jugs. Jugs hold liquid, and I find that I treat the lip of the jug the same way I do a lip of a mug, and that I want to think about it being able to be either drunk from or poured from. So there's attention to that. The thing I'm thinking about with these jugs is usually a lot of times with the vases that I make, I have a narrow foot. With the jug, they tend to call for maybe a little bit wider foot, a little bit more of a stout nature to them. And so, drawing a regular cylinder coming in a slight angle. And by the way, you can work at any scale you want for this unit. It could be small jugs or tall jugs, or whatever scale you want, really. Come up, draw in. Just trying to keep an eye on that top opening, not let it ever get away from you. Because once the clay thins out, it's hard to bring it back to being narrow. So just kind of like never let it open up. Just a little collar to recenter. And then one more pull to get a little bit more height out of it. I find that I'm using my inner finger to really control that bite, kind of supporting with the long side of my pointer finger as I draw up here, kind of easing off and just following through at this point. So the clay's up. Now we'll just give it a little bit of attention. So tying in with the vase unit, that angle of departure is really important to think about. You don't want to go too extreme here. I remember doing that when I was first learning, so bite in, push out, and then just a nice slight angle of departure. Somewhere about around the halfway point, begin tapering in. So you're planning ahead, making sure you have enough clay for the shoulder and neck. So that's most of the volume. I'll come through one more time just to kind of shape, not so much thin. Right in here. Just kind of follow through. A little bit more volume up in this section. And then, okay, so next thing, get rid of that little bit of clay. I highly suggest you guys use undercutting to your advantage. So undercut here, get rid of that little bit of clay. And then for shaping, you guys can use any of the ribs out there. I like to use this one. Bite in, apply a little pressure to the rib from the inside, and then just kind of clean it up. Not really changing too much other than just cleaning it up and refining that form. Pretty good line. I might give it a little bit more volume right in this section. Sometimes just a millimeter here or there matters. And then getting in the habit of bringing the clay out of the inside, get rid of that water that's inside. And then add a little water here to the side. So, alright, so I'm going to draw my fingers in here. This is where it gets to be a little bit more specialized, using this subtle 6-point collar here. right into about the size you want in the end. I'll give that lip a little bit of attention. So then I can take the side of my pinky here and just draw a little bit more clay out of the neck, get a little bit more height, thin it a little bit. It thickens up when you collar, so this gives you a chance to get more height and fine it a little bit. And so here, one more, I'm just going to hint. I want the shoulder here and the lip to be there. I want it to be about that size. So then I can come in with the rib here and refine all that. Bring that into focus. Come in with the straight side. So the finishing touches, however you choose to finish them. These lips were inspired by Italian olive jars. When I used to work as an estate gardener, we would have these on site. Okay, does it. And then just maybe a little undercut. Finish it, and then you have your mug body. Tomorrow I'll embellish this by indenting it and also add a handle to it, and that'll be it. Okay, I have clay for you guys. Anybody who wants to do some glazing can do that too. And then, yeah, that's it. Make sure you have a mug complete by the end of the day. I've got that handle clay for you.